All right, guys. Today we're going to be reacting to Andrew Wilson destroy this influencer's flaw logic. Jump in.
Men who have blue eyes. That's it. Your preference is I have brown eyes and I will only date men who have blue eyes. Is that alarming to you?
No.
Okay, but I don't understand why. Why is it that if you have the preference I'll only date men who have blue eyes, that's not alarming, but I will only date virgins is alarming? Like, maybe you can square this for me and Brian, because that's what he's getting after. He's wondering.
I think it just screams the P word. I can't personally wrap my head around the idea of someone being so hyperfixated on wanting a woman to be a virgin.
So there's
Why? Well, wait, hang on. I'm sorry. Do you associate desire of virginity with the P word? That's your association?
I think there's some correlation to that, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, what's the correlate?
Wow. Men having preferences is equal to be the P word. Even though it's just literally built in our biology. We want younger women. We just simply like them because they're more fertile and less garbage. I mean, this is what happened when they get passed around a lot. They get to a point where even in their prime, they used to date this older guy. Now that they passed their prime, now they're saying that those guys that they used to date, they're wrong for dating younger women.
The same thing as the example I give, only wanting it to be bald. I just think that, what does that resemble? A little girl.
Whoa, wait.
Does it not?
Hang on.
Being a virgin and being completely bald down there.
So then I assume that you would be against 6'8" men dating 4'10" women?
No.
There we go. Got you right there.
I don't understand. What do they resemble? What does a 4'10" woman resemble to a 6'8" man?
Mm-hmm.
I think you could tell if, even if it's based on someone's height, I think you could still tell if they're of age.
Oh, so and could you maybe tell that with other parts of their body too?
Well, I got a question.
Brian, come on, Brian, don't be a simp. Come on, Brian, don't be a simp, man. This is the only Brian. You have to be an alpha. You have to have your alpha state. Let him, do not jump in and save her. Let her be, man.
Maybe if the girl you were sleeping with had only had some really small peen.
Small what?
Peen.
Pee-pee?
Yeah.
The guy has a small.
Maybe if he
pee-pee?
had a micro peen, then
What the
it would
fuck?
still.
Adults can have small pee-pees.
Yeah, what are
That's
you
what I'm
talking
saying.
about?
That's
That's bizarre.
What do you mean? That's
Like that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah,
What do
I don't
you
know what
mean?
the-
So
Wait.
I'm really
The
curious.
small sausage
If
has to do
the
with it.
association in your mind is you must be the P word or in some way associated with the P word because you prefer virginity. And guess what? Guess what else are virgins out there? Underage people, those are virgins as well. So you make that association, okay? But there's all sorts of things that you can then associate with that, which would just include things like, I prefer youthful looking women who aren't virgins, let's say. Well, that's still associated with the same thing. Or short women, that's associated with the same thing, right? Or women who only eat macaroni and cheese, I guess, or that's their favorite dish. I could associate that with a kind of prepubescent mentality. So why is it that you make only this association? That's really weird. It makes me think that you have a screw loose and that you are making an association that other people would not attribute to children. That's not when you think child, that is not what people attribute to child. Why do you attribute that to child?
Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. Why you attribute that to child? That is a very good question. Why? And why a lot of women they do this? That is very interesting.
I don't think I'm this genius that's like came up with this idea that being bald down there or being a virgin kind of correlates. I'm saying only wanting that.
Wait, really
correlates
quick,
that.
if I can jump in here really quick, Andrew, and then I'll pass it right back. On
Sure,
the bald thing, you said, well, how would you know? So let me ask you a question. Let's say it's a 30-year-old woman, and she's told you she's 30. On her dating app it says 30, but she's bald down there, and she's down there, and right next to the, like, on the bed is a driver's license, a photo ID, her birth certificate, and a sworn statement with witnesses under penalty of perjury that she is in fact 30 years old, but she also is shaved. She's bald down there. Is that still P-word stuff?
I'm not saying that if you do.
Under
I
penalty
get
of
waxed
perjury.
every month. Like,
Oh,
I'm saying if
you get waxed?
Yes, I'm not saying I'm against. I'm saying for a man to be like, like hairy coochie is just, like I can't. I just kind of feel like, one, you're ungrateful, and two, it's kind of off-putting.
Wait, so you don't have any grooming preferences for men? Like, you're fine with full 70s bush?
I prefer hair, but I mean,
like full bush, like never groomed a day in their life, full bush, jungle status.
Man wolf, right? Like literally like a man that is literally the wolf.
yes,
They braid that shit too.
I would help them.
You're fine with the braids. You will
help
braid.
them. I will.
Okay.
I will
Go ahead, Andrew.
save a pube souvenir.
So to kind of explore the rest of this, and I think Brian makes a good point here. This is actually where I was going to go with it next, because I'm just as curious as he is. Would you associate hair on a man with being a man, right? That is definitely a trait of being an adult male, would be hair, right? Mm-hmm. And you would also associate then that a male who has very little hair, you would associate with a boy, right?
Got you. Yeah, that's a good one. That is
my thing is,
that is a
it
good
would be
one.
like me.
So here's the thing. Let me just show you where I'm going with this. I'll land the plane, as they say, really quickly. If a woman's preference is to only have men who, have no body hair because they get rid of it by shaving it or whatever, however they do it, are they the P word? Are those women alarming to you? Are they disgusting P words because they want a man who removes all of their body hair, and that's what they want?
No.
Well, I don't understand the association then.
Well, I'm sorry you can't understand, and I don't know if you want to hear that.
I'm sorry that you can't explain, but try to explain.
This is just my stance on it. I think it's weird when,
When they go down the rails like this, that means they got on. And he's ready to counter attack. Ready to counter attack.
Hundreds and hundreds of comments are all they can think, talk, and speak about is a virgin. I think it's
Is there a preference? That's weird that all that they talk about is their preferences?
I do think it's weird to take time out of your day and type some weird comments like that.
Well, it's really weird to me that you think it's weird that you would put your opinion out there and say, here's my opinion on X thing. Mm-hmm. Now, don't say anything about it. That's really weird. Isn't the whole point of engaging in a dialogue or putting your opinion out there is because you want feedback from the audience and the people who are watching so that they can express what their opinion is?
And they express theirs, and then I express back.
Right. But if they're all expressing, or a good number of them are expressing that this is a preference, why do you immediately associate that with the P word when we hold you to the same standard? Apparently, that is not P word-like behavior. If a woman wants a hairless man, why, that's just fine. But if a man wants a hairless woman, he's a P word. Can you make that make sense for me?
I see.
I don't think I can. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can either, but I appreciate it.
Do you think more women prefer to be groomed versus...
Nice job, Andrew. There we go. So when you use the reverse psychology against some of these people that haven't really thought about these topics, a lot of their own their sense of reality just crumble, because imagine living through life with these ideas, and these ideas have never been challenged. And we all, especially men, we go through this very quick when we go out in the world. And we notice that, a lot of people, they think differently about different things. And not everybody has the same belief system. Now, you as a man need to go through that hero's journey and find yourself. When I mean find yourself, is really combating those demons. Self-development, making money, fitness, all these things that just going to contribute to a betterment of you, and most importantly, understanding the world in the better terms.
men who have that preference?
I would say yes, more women do. I mean, just even for myself, I get waxed monthly, and I've been abstaining from sex. It's not for anyone but myself.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, I see girls at the beach. There's no
Wow.
way they're trying to go around to the beach with, like, a full-on bush because they want their bathing suit as small as possible. And then my second point I was thinking when you were saying some of this is it's only relatively recently that women would leave high school without their virginity intact.
Wow.
So when men would prefer a virgin, they would still be wanting somebody who is an adult. Like, this is somewhat of a new thing that girls lose their virginity before the age of 18, and historically, right? Wouldn't you agree to that? It's not like women were being highly promiscuous even like 50 years ago.
I
If you
mean,
just had to guess.
that's
Like, when did the sexual revolution happen?
I don't know what women do on. I mean,
If you
we
had to
can-
guess, though, do you think that women were more promiscuous or less promiscuous after the sexual revolution?
I think they're more promiscuous now. Yes. So,
Right, so then it's a fairly new thing for men to have, or it's not a new thing that men want virgins, but it's a fairly new thing that men are now encountering a dating market where most women are now not virgins when they graduate high school. So it's probably not necessarily affiliated with being attracted to minors. It's probably just part of their heart.
It's called fertility. That's it. It's all about fertility. The younger you are, the more fertile you are. Look at a lot of these women. They're having a lot of trouble having kids. When me and my wife have our last kid, literally a nurse came by and saying, "My cousin, she's only 25. She cannot have a kid." Can you believe that? Back then, these things were unheard of. Now it's just completely everywhere, and I think a lot of that has to do with trauma, and secondly, birth control. It just messed up their entire body. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.